this video, we will take a look behind the curtain with the Threat Labs team here at Securonix. Our team of industry-renowned threat researchers and data scientists work behind the scenes to develop the threat content that powers our Next-Gen SIEM, providing you with better, more proactive security. Many organizations struggle to hire the right talent and often don't have budget to fund their own threat researchers and data science in-house. For lean teams, the time it takes to hunt for threats in the wild and build new threat content is better spent on more critical tasks. Securonix Threat Labs acts as an extension to your team by empowering your security analysts with the latest threat content. Securonix Threat Labs is comprised of 5 departments: detection engineering, data science, threat research, threat hunting, and cyber physical system security. Let's explore these departments further and how they act in concert to help you stay ahead of emerging threats. Our security research and development team performs monitoring and in-depth technical analysis of real-world attacks. They are responsible for developing detection use cases and providing technical insights into adversary TTPs.
We start with threat research. Our threat research team, keeps an eye on all active and emerging threats. They run those in our labs. Look at the behaviors of how the attack manifests, and they work on now translating that behavior into detection content today. We also take a more threat hunting based approach as well, where we sift through tons of logs today, use those insights to augment what we already have as content. We also partner with other technology vendors, other communities that we are a part of from a research and detection standpoint. Use the insights that we learn from there and improve our content. So that's the approach that we take today.
Our team of data scientists creates applied machine learning and powers our cloud-native platform's detection and response capabilities in order to combat advanced cyber and insider threats. As threat actors' techniques evolve, organizations need to harness the power of automation and behavioral analytics to keep pace. The goal of the data science team is to catch the data once and harness this data multiple times to help security teams work smarter.
There is a reason why science is in the term data science. We follow the scientific method. So we form a hypothesis, we conduct experiments. Those experiments either confirm our hypothesis or most times actually deny it and tell us a new hypothesis. And we iterate. And so in the application of cybersecurity, that iteration occurs by producing candidate detections and then going to our threat research and threat hunters to validate or invalidate those, so mark false and true positives. But once we have a couple of true positives, then working closely with the threat hunters and researchers to mark the false positives, and more importantly, tell us why. That why helps us encode and improve the algorithm to reduce the false positives. Eventually, the false positives are minimized and the true positives are maximized. We feel confident that we have a high quality detector and we can take it to the product. And then we, of course, work with our engineering partners to ensure that quality is maintained. We're responsible as data science to maintain the performance from an algorithmic perspective.
The work of our detection engineering team turns threat research and intelligence into effective and actionable code to help your team identify attacks.
Yeah, we produce content in multiple forms. We start with threat advisories and blogs. That's the first thing that we intend to publish as we keep an eye on any active and emerging threat. That basically calls out all the insights that we have seen in the labs as we run these threats in our lab environments. Right? That calls out how does the attack manifest, what to look out for, what are the recommendations that you have. Additionally, we have a new bot that we launched last year called Autonomous Threat Sweeper, and what that bot does is consumes the intelligence, consumes the TTPs that we see from our lab observations, and runs a historical scan to see if there's any presence of these threats at customer environments. So we publish the inputs that the bot consumed in the form of intelligence, that goes out, and we've made it open source as well for other customers and the community to consume back again. The third, form is actually our detection content, which goes into our library, which is made available as part of a cloud-based service, to our customers.
The team of threat hunters at Securonix are responsible for proactively hunting across our own data as well as customer data to preemptively identify and extract new TTPs and IOCs. Validating a new alert is getting more difficult for threat hunters as IT environments grow more complex. Investigations are often a manual process, as it is difficult to tell what activities are suspicious versus business as usual. That's where Securonix can help.
If you look at what a hunter or a tier 1 responder does, the first thing they do is try to validate a given alert as a true positive. And the way they do that is they go look at other data. They contextualize the alert to either verify that it's an attack, that it's a true positive, or find conflicting evidence that says it's a false positive. Why not go after that as automation? Let's go contextualize alerts and let's combine as much signal together as we can. So one of our main goals is the combination of all the signals possible to create holistic incidents out of a combination of alerts and raw telemetry to accelerate investigators and hunters.
The Cyber Physical Systems Security Team combines network and protocol analysis as well as a deep understanding of physical processes to detect threats in cyber physical systems, including OT, IoT, advanced manufacturing, and more.
So there's lots of data feeds that we can get, and where I'm sitting with OT, we get third-party alerts. So OT environments are different than IT, and we use that to our advantage. Since OT is predictable, you're controlling a physical process which is governed by the laws of physics. So you can have a predictability that you don't have on an IT network. So alerts that are set up, those mean a lot more, and you can start stitching those together. And then as you look for anomalies, look for behavioral changes, tie those into potentially techniques, attacker techniques, you can link those together, correlate them, and build a better understanding as to what's really going on in your OT environment.
Our team comprised of threat researchers, data scientists, detection engineers, and threat hunters all work together to provide you with the latest threat content.